Let me tell you a story.
Welcome to My Skeptical Sister.
I'm Megan, the skeptical one.
I'm Erin, the believer.
Long time. We just saw each other 10 minutes ago.
Yep, we had lunch together yesterday. We just had dinner together now. I said, oh, yeah, save that little side note about your burgers for the podcast because I don't know what we're going to talk about. And you said what?
I said, don't worry, I got a butthole story. I mean, when in need. You can always count on me. I've got something up my sleeve.
Always count on your
always
butthole.
Got a butthole up my sleeve.
Oh,
not
wow.
my butthole. It's not a story about my butthole. It'd be very personal. It's a story about my child.
Oh, great.
No, hopefully he'll never listen. No, it's really just one of those very comical and cute and sweet moments. You know, those moments that are rare when I love being a parent. No, it's just so cute because he's getting to that age where privacy is very important to him. And I very much respect it. But at the same time, I'm like, oh, honey, come on. He'll take so long in the morning. And I'm like, just hurry it up. And then if I try to come in and help him, he's like, Mom. I'm like, okay. I'm not looking, thinking, child, you literally came out of me.
Yeah.
But anyway, I just think it's so funny and so cute. And he's trying so hard to be so grown up and be private all the time, right? What comes in tonight, he's real big into his dirt bike right now, running around the entire neighborhood. I'm sure going places he's not supposed to go, but whatever. I'm not that good of a parent. So he's having the time of his life. He comes in every day that he's out on that dirt bike. He comes in with new wounds that I've not seen. I'm like, buddy, what happened to your knee? And he's like, oh man. But he's like, just comes with it. He said, part of it, Mom. I'm like, okay. I mean, I guess it's making you a pretty tough kid. But anyway, tonight he comes running. He's like, oh, Mom, I got a big scratch on my butt. I'm just thinking butt. And I go, oh no, on your butt. And he was like, yeah, you want to see it? And I was like, sure. This kid. I thought he was just going to just pull his shorts down a little bit and show me on his hip bone or something. No, girl. He, in the middle of the living room, drops trout and spreads his butt cheeks open. I'm like, oh my gosh, that is the most butthole I have seen in a long time since wiping his butt. Oh my gosh. I was like, oh, Miles. Yeah, I see the little cut. And he was like, isn't that crazy? I was like,
how did he get it in his butthole?
He fell. And when, how I mean, I don't know. I've not ridden. I don't know how you would know how to ride a dirt bike either.
Oh yeah, me and my dirt bike, we're always out there.
Something like when he goes to fall, he always tries to jump off of it, but it was the corner of the seat kind of caught under his little tush, right under in the butt
butthole
cheek.
Territory.
Yeah, right, the butthole territory. But that moment, and then he just was like, "Isn't that crazy?" And then pulled up his pants and ran out. And I sat there laughing to myself, like, "This is the same child that this morning was like, Mom, the door's locked. Do not come in here." And I'm like, okay, I won't. But I'm like, yeah, you'll sit there and spread your cheeks real fast so I can see a boo-boo.
Oh my gosh.
Oh my gosh. It was just a comical butthole moment that only parents get to see, I guess. Oh, we're so lucky. Anyway, I thought that was funny.
Yeah, that was a great story.
Yeah, you're welcome.
Sorry to make you
I'm
jump
sorry.
right into butthole stories.
Hey, listen, if you're going to talk about buttholes, you might as well just jump right into them.
I've always said that.
Put it on a t-shirt. Oh, funny. No, I really, I cooked a cookout for you because you said you wanted to have one.
Yeah. Well, actually, you kind of stole my cookout. I said, hey, I think I'll have a cookout on Monday.
Yeah,
and you were
totally
like,
steal your
actually,
cookout.
I'll have one. I'm inviting Dad.
Hold on.
It's fine because I don't like to host all that much. I was like, oh, okay.
Hold on. You were hosting the day before for your daughter's birthday, so I was trying to be kind and eliminate the need for you to host 2 days in a row because I know you don't like to host that much. And Dad happened to mention that he just was really craving an old-fashioned American-style barbecue. So I'm like, okay, well, and then you brought it up. And I'm like, well, invite Dad. He's the one that wanted the barbecue.
I was going to invite Dad. I wasn't going to not invite Dad.
Mm-hmm. So anyway, I just said, look, if you're not going to invite Dad, I will have it at my house. And I will do the barbecue. So I did, but I'm going to tell you what, I really don't feel like everybody talked about my burgers as much as they deserve credit for.
Okay, this sucks because you were going in and out working hard still. Mm-hmm. We had already started eating the burgers and we gave James all the glory.
You sure did. And let me tell you what that man did. Flip, flip, flip. That's all he did. I worked that meat.
You always do.
Always do. And let me tell you, it always turns out good.
They were delicious. It was
Thank
maybe
you.
the best burger I've ever had.
Okay, that's
I
the kind of
told
stuff I
that-
needed to hear.
I told that to James, and
he just accepted it.
yeah. I don't even know if he said
He
thanks.
wasn't
He just
like-
kind of smiled. He wasn't even very polite about it. Actually, I'm getting kind of pissed.
Look, we've been doing good. We've not been fighting in a long time, but I tell you what, tonight he is
Yeah.
not getting any. His meat is definitely not getting worked tonight. I'll tell you that much. That just look at him, just taking credit, all the credit for all of my hard work.
In a man's defense, he thinks that all that it needed was to flip it.
Right. He probably thought that I just took the hamburger meat out,
Yeah.
put it in patties,
Yeah.
and handed it to him. And then his magical touch made it taste like minced onions, because those were in there.
Delicious.
I pre-cooked them.
Oh my gosh.
Aaron, a little bit of bacon and onion.
Wow.
And then so I put half of that in there, half of that in the baked beans.
Oh,
Yep. You're welcome for those two. Didn't hear much about those
I
either.
didn't eat the baked beans.
Listen, I don't really care about those. I hate baked beans.
I hate baked beans.
But everybody was like, oh, baked beans. And nobody ever eats them. But I'm like,
no, baked
ugh,
beans are a waste of.
so gross. Why even do it?
So gross.
Okay. Well, sorry about that. It was a
Okay,
mistake.
I wasn't offended. I just didn't eat any.
I hate them too. I just made them for every other American there that liked them. Oh, anyway. And then I made lots of Worcestershire sauce.
Oh yeah.
Yep.
That's good.
And then
Do you think you've ever gone through a whole bottle of Worcestershire sauce? I think I bought the bottle that's in my fridge right now.
I finally came to the end of mine. I had to buy a new one today.
I think I bought it when we got married, and we just had our 17th wedding anniversary this week. So does
And
it
that shit's
expire?
still good, isn't it?
It's still good.
Still good.
I use like a tablespoon a year, and
Yep,
I'm like,
there you go.
Yep, I'll use it again next year.
Then I'm not done telling you about these
Okay, I'm
burgers.
ready. I'm still here.
So then this is the new thing I figured out. Well, did I say garlic? Yeah, like fresh garlic,
Yep.
salt, cumin. I'm just now
Ooh.
started putting cumin because cumin is fire in my white chili.
Yeah.
And I thought, I was like, oh, I ran out of like the normal season that I use.
Yeah.
This was like a week or two ago. And Blake, I can always count on that kid. He's like my foodie.
Yeah.
He was like, what did you put in these burgers? They're so good. I'm like, oh, I did cumin. Do you like them? And he was like, I really do. So I thought, ooh, I'll put some more cumin in this week. And I put a little more in there.
Nice.
Fire.
Your instructions to me when I got your white chili recipe just says like fuck ton of cumin.
A fuck ton of
It
cumin.
just says like
Can't
a
go wrong.
crazy amount.
Like you're going to go, if you're going to make that a lot, you just need to buy stock in cumin because it's what makes it
Yeah.
the bomb.
Yeah, that's true. Good call. Very good call.
There you go. That and love.
Oh, of course.
I
Can't
put
leave
a
that
big
out.
old dose of that in there, and then my husband just took it right out from underneath me. It's okay. He'll hear about it later. It's fine. It's all good.
Sorry. Just to toot my own horn, you said that my vegetables were the best vegetables you've ever had.
Oh my gosh, Aaron, you got to tell him how to make those vegetables. What kind of podcast this is
People
tonight?
are so bored right now. Like, why
Listen,
are you talking about this?
We've seen each other a lot this weekend over 2 meals, and they were both fire. Your roast, that roast, we've talked about it before. I can't even tell you. Listen, we are some good cooks.
We are really good cooks.
We are really good. We're good podcasters, but we have always been really good cooks.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, I'm probably a better cook than I am a podcaster.
Oh, absolutely. Hands down.
I have to podcast once a week. I have to cook.
Five,
least-
6 nights a week.
Yeah, at least
Yeah.
I cook 4 nights a week. I refuse to
Oh.
cook more than that.
Good for you. Okay, tell them about those roasted vegetables, and then we'll stop and we'll talk about ghosts. But these roasted vegetables were the best, and I love a good roasted vegetable, but
Yeah.
this is it.
Okay, I took all the vegetables I wanted, which tonight were squash, zucchini.
Were they just regular mushrooms?
Yep.
They weren't like portobello?
Nope, just white mushrooms.
They were the best. Okay, go ahead.
I took all the stems out of the mushrooms, washed my mushrooms,
Yep.
cut up some green, red,
I really didn't mean
orange
to
bell
go
peppers.
this much into detail. They all know how to wash their vegetables.
Okay.
Wash your vegetables.
Cut up a bunch of vegetables.
ahead,
And tomatoes, cherry tomatoes.
You're right. Maybe they don't. Maybe they don't. Maybe
Cherry
they're just
tomatoes.
brand new to this.
Some
Okay.
people are weird and they don't wash their mushrooms, and that freaks me out.
Ew, who does that, Aaron?
I don't know. I watched
Who?
a John and Kate +8 like 15 years ago, and they
Okay,
didn't,
Aaron
and it freaked
Taylor,
me out.
That out of that family is what freaked you out the most.
I'm just telling you, when I think about mushrooms, I often think about John and Kate +8, that episode where they had a nutritionist, and she was like, actually, you don't really have to wash your mushrooms. And I was like, absolutely, you actually do.
absolutely you do. They're
And so-
raised in poop.
Well, yeah, I think when they're grown like for stores. I think they're just grown in like dirt. I don't think
Well,
that.
either way, you
I know.
wash them.
I'm just saying. I just want everyone to be.
I mean, what if at the
sure.
same time, what if like somebody accidentally dropped that little container and it busted open and like,
Yeah.
oh man, and they're like, hurry up and shave me. No, nutrition lady.
I'm just letting everyone know that I think you should wash your mushrooms.
I endorse that 100%. Okay, so
Okay.
after you've washed thoroughly all your
You
vegetables.
put all of those on a. Actually, I put them in a huge bowl,
Mhm.
and I put olive oil all over it, and then I
Mhm.
put starts with a K, something buttery steakhouse.
Yeah, you better look that up because I'd like to know the name.
Okay, all right.
And it's a dry rub? It's like a dry seasoning?
It's just a shaking seasoning.
Wow. It tastes so buttery.
It tastes so buttery. It's so good. It is called Kinder's is the brand, and
Ooh, yeah, they're good.
the flavor is buttery steakhouse.
Nice.
And it's like 0 calories, I'm pretty sure. And I just put a shit ton of that on.
Mm-hmm. Well, here's hoping it was calorie free.
Right. A little bit of salt. And then I just lay them on my...
Oh my gosh, they're
On the
so
pan.
good, Erin.
So good. They
So
roasted
good.
for like, I'd say probably 40 minutes at 350. And then the last 5 minutes were on broil.
That could have been my entire meal.
Oh,
Just
yeah.
those vegetables tonight, and I
That's
would
my
have been
lunch
happy.
tomorrow. And I'm excited for it.
Me too. Oh, so good. Anyway, what did you all have for dinner tonight?
I was like, we literally just talked about it. And then I realized you're
I
talking
meant
about
the people.
the royal
Well,
we.
The royal we. Everybody out there, if it wasn't as good as ours, try our recipes. We just
Yeah.
gave them all
Although
to
I think
you.
most of y'all listen in the morning and we're always like, on tonight, blah, blah, blah.
She does make a good, what's that, muffin? You and your muffin.
Talking about my muffin?
No, the egg bites. You make
Oh.
some good egg bites.
I actually only recently started making good ones because I realized you can put cottage cheese in it,
So weird.
blended cottage cheese up, and then they're delicious.
You blend your cottage cheese.
Yep.
That's a whole other step. I don't care
No.
to do that.
It's very necessary because an egg reheated tastes spongy and gross, and I almost like it makes me nauseous to eat it. So I stopped making those.
Okay.
And then somebody told me that this is so boring. Are you bored?
No, I'm having a great time. I could talk about food as much as I could paranormal things. I
Okay.
find it just as fascinating.
You want to know what's going on with me?
Sure. Unless
Besides
it doesn't have
watching-
to do with food.
Oh, it doesn't have anything to do with food. I started watching the awful show you told me to watch.
Oh,
Them.
it's so good though, isn't
It's so scary. It's the scariest show I've ever watched.
Yeah.
If you're going to watch, I'm on season 1. If you're going to watch it, don't watch episode 5. Text me and I will give you a synopsis and you don't have to go through watching that
Yeah.
episode.
It's
Just
a
don't
horrible
watch
episode.
it. I wish I had never watched it. The show is so good, but I wish I'd never watched that one episode.
Mm-hmm. What, are you going
Anyways.
to tell them what it is?
No, I'll tell them. I said them.
Oh, okay.
Them. Season 1 on Prime.
Mhm.
Skip episode 5. Text me when you get there and I'll just say, this is what happens. I will not go into
See,
detail.
I watched it when it very, very first came out and then heard the recommendation to watch season 2 on MFM. Started watching season 2 and I was like, oh, that's right. I remember season 1. You hadn't watched season 1.
Mhm.
Now you're going back.
Yeah, it's so scary.
Well, season 2 is fucking creepy too.
I've got 2 more episodes of them, and it makes Haunting on Hill House, whatever.
Oh, look like child's play.
Yeah, I'm like, oh my gosh, that cute little show, Haunting
Yeah,
on Hill House.
right.
This is the scariest
Yeah.
freaking show I've ever watched in my life.
Absolutely. Well, because it's also real
Yeah, like the real horror
is
is
the
the
horror.
people.
Yeah.
Like the actual people, the people actually went through crap like this.
Yeah. It's not
And
even
it's
crap.
scary.
Horror. They actually went
It
through
is horror.
Yeah.
Anyways,
Yeah.
it's
so
very
good.
racially charged the first season.
But it's so good.
It's so good. It's so good. Okay,
Not
but anyways,
because it's racially charged, because
The
it shines
show.
a light on all
Yes.
of the true, I love that when it's like, if you think this is scary,
yeah,
this is scarier. And
Yeah.
this actually happened.
right. Oh,
Yeah. It's pretty
golly.
wild.
Right, but it also has paranormal stuff in it. So if you're
Yeah.
like, I want
Oh,
Yeah,
yeah.
both-
If you want to be scared.
this show's very scary. Anyways, that's not what I was going to talk about.
Okay.
I am listening to. Oh, by the way, everyone who supports me, everyone in my family, including my dad and my husband and my children and my sister. Your family stayed pretty quiet, but you were involved.
Yeah. I feel like Miles and Macy James could have cared less
They
about the
couldn't care.
conversation.
James was really intense on that burger and the music.
The burger I made.
He zoned out. He
Ugh.
didn't care about the conversation.
Yeah.
But you were involved.
Yes, I was.
And so were all 3 of my children and my husband and my father.
You already mentioned them all. Yes. What did we all do? We all
making
ganged
fun
up
of
on
me
you.
for calling it reading. Well, it's not reading, it's listening. Anyways, they haven't stopped. Don't make her think that she's changed.
I just
She
love how your
hasn't.
daughter actually read. She's like, "Do you need me to read you the definition of
No.
reading again?"
It was very rude. It was very rude. Anyways, I started listening to this book that I heard on some TikTok that I should listen to. Not TikTok.
Are you going to
some
ruin it for
podcast.
us?
No, I will not, because I could not go over what has become a large percentage of the book in detail without blushing. It is
Oh,
so smutty. And I was unaware that I was getting into this smutty book.
Wow.
And I was walking through Walmart tonight and was like red faced, like, oh my gosh.
In public, I'm listening to this.
I was
Is it
not.
kind of fun? Kind of like when you're messing around in public. You're like,
Right.
oh.
Like if you knew what I was listening to. Also in Walmart tonight, I saw a live dove.
What?
I was pushing my cart in the gardening section and I was like, oh my gosh, that dove looks so real. And then it moved and I was like, oh my gosh, there's a dove in this store. And then it looked so scared. I think it pooped right on the spot. And I thought, should I try to catch it and bring it outside?
Oh my gosh.
But then I thought, what if it pecks me? And like, what if, those big warehouse stores, there's like birds in there sometimes.
Yeah, sure.
And I thought, well, maybe it's happy here, but maybe it'll die in there. I went through a big dilemma.
Range of emotions,
I
Erin.
know. I really thought about saving it, but I didn't. I was scared. It was scared. I walked away.
Is this what it sounds like when doves cry? Couldn't help it. I was thinking about it the whole time you were talking about dove. As soon as you said the word dove, I was like, I got it.
That's awesome.
No, it wasn't that good. But anyway.
Sounds like this.
I'm so glad Prince didn't put that in the song. It really would have. Like, I don't really understand what that song means.
Yeah, what could it mean?
I mean, I guess because they're a symbol of love and they're supposed to just
Like
always
peace.
be peaceful and like the brokenness of the family. That's what it sounds like when doves cry.
Or is he saying his singing is what it sounds like when doves cry?
Who knows? I don't
Suddenly
know.
you're walking around and you hear Prince and you look around and you're like, oh, it's that dove. What's that dove so sad about?
This is what it sounds like when doves cry. It sounds like Prince is singing.
Oh, gosh.
I don't know, but it makes me really want to hear that song.
Yeah, I'm listening to it in my head
Yep,
right now.
I love it.
All right.
Oh, okay. Let's get back to the podcast. But just jamming. Okay. Are you ready to hear a great long story tonight?
I'm always ready for something long.
I know you are. Okay. So this story is from Doug. Doug is he's new. So keep it clean, Erin. Good
Oh,
grief.
sorry. Yeah, I'm the one you need to warn. Oh, by the way, my perverted book is called Bride, in case anybody wants to
Oh.
read my smutty book.
Good call. Because I
It
bet
is-
there were some people out there like, hello. Now I have to ask.
It is about a vampire who marries a werewolf. Be warned.
Danny, I feel like that's right up your alley.
Oh my gosh, Danny would freaking love it.
Angie, that sounds like you, girl.
Oh,
You
yeah.
both got this.
Okay, we're back.
Okay. All right. So a couple weeks ago, I decided, look, screw it. I am just going to send something out to every group I'm in
Okay.
and just see if I get any bites.
Yeah.
And girl, I got some bites. I got some stories lined up for days,
Nice.
like a couple of days. So keep sending in those stories. But Doug was great. Doug, he DM'd me and then he was like, hey, where can I actually submit the story? And I was like, oh, great. Like, here we go. So here is his. I have read half of it. Cannot wait to read all of it. But Doug, that's how professional we are on this podcast.
Oh, yeah.
And when I say I've read half of it, I read half of it about 5 minutes ago.
Right. Only because Ellie started walking around.
Yeah. Otherwise, it would have been a cold read, but that's okay. That's neither here nor there. What I'm reading, I'm liking so far. So here we go.
All right.
The name of the story is Reincarnated Astronaut.
Oh.
About 12 years ago, I began having vivid reoccurring nightmares of an Apollo astronaut being attacked and presumably killed by an unknown life form or entity.
Oh.
I know he's an Apollo astronaut because in all of the dreams, he is wearing a gleaming white Apollo spacesuit, just like the one that astronauts wore on the moon. In the dreams, I'm often observing the horrific events through the astronaut's eyes, basically from a first-person point of view. When the dreams are in first person, I'm looking through the glass visor of the space helmet. I can see the white space gloves on my hands. And that's in,
Quotations.
yeah, every time I want to say parentheses, and I'm like, damn it, it's not parentheses.
Yeah.
I can see the white space gloves on my hands, and I look down and see my legs in the space boots.
Huh.
What is particularly strange about the first-person dream is that I can still remember what it feels like to wear an Apollo spacesuit, like the one I'm wearing in the nightmares. The suit is made out of soft, bright white nylon fabric that has an American flag sewn neatly into the left shoulder, and there is a circular blue NASA patch sewn on the chest. Even though the spacesuit is bulky, it is comfortable to wear, and it sort of feels like I'm in a sleeping bag, if that makes any sense.
That's so weird.
And it is weird.
I'm assuming Doug in present time is not an astronaut.
No, these are just very vivid dreams.
Huh.
The nylon fabric makes a subtle swishing sound when I move around in the suit, and I can hear oxygen gently hissing through the air hoses. Other times, I am watching the dream unfold from a third-person point of view, and that's where things get interesting. From this vantage point, I witness the horrified astronaut become the mysterious creature's prey. Most importantly, in third person, I can see the astronaut's terrified face through the visor glass of his helmet, and I can tell it isn't my face, even though I'm seeing things through his eyes when the dream is in first person.
Oh my gosh, this is so detailed.
It is. He is a thin, clean-shaven white male in his upper 20s or early 30s, and his face doesn't look like mine, though I would be able to recognize him if I saw a picture of him.
Oh my gosh.
That's really weird. Somehow, I get the impression that the astronaut was a scientist of some sort, or maybe a spacecraft engineer. Now, here's my idiot. I'm like, aren't they all? Don't you have to be a scientist to be an astronaut?
I don't know. Because
I
they've
have
got
no
like
idea.
doctors who are astronauts, so that if
Okay.
something happens,
Yeah, I guess that's true.
I only know that
Or like
from
a
the
mechanic
Anna Kendrick
that's a-
movie. Yes.
Yeah, okay.
I don't really know. I have
Who
no
knows?
idea.
I mean,
I've
I feel
never
like
been
they
an
all
astronaut.
fall somewhere under that realm of science.
I know they're all real smart.
Yep. We can say that. There might be an astronaut out there that's like, don't you judge that. Because that's how, when I used to sit at a bar and I would say, you know, they say, what do you do for a living? Oh, I'm a teacher. Oh my gosh, teachers are, I'm like, look, I've known a lot of shit teachers. Don't just assume that we're all great. I mean, I am a great teacher, but don't just assume that we all are. This impression is in keeping with the fact that all the Apollo voyages into space were peaceful, scientific endeavors for the benefit of humanity. I call the astronaut in my dreams Dustin, which is a name that I seemingly pulled out of thin air, but using a name helps me describe the dreams. Perhaps I heard the astronaut's name in one of the dreams, but I don't actively recall hearing it. The nightmares alternate between first and third person randomly, and I have no control over it. The first person perspectives are the most frightening, but the third person views offer the most clues, though I am still completely clueless on what any of this means.
Huh.
The third person view is also how I can tell that Dustin is wearing an Apollo A7L spacesuit.
My
It's so
gosh.
specific.
I feel
And-
like in dreams you're not supposed to be able to see and recognize like
Or remember all of that.
letters. That's
Yeah.
from an episode of some other show I watched.
Evil, I think.
Yes, Evil.
I remember that.
Yeah.
An Apollo A7L spacesuit, and I also get better glimpses of the alien creature, although I never get to see its face.
Ooh.
Okay. Shadow creature. The shadow creature dream is the first reoccurring nightmare I began experiencing about 12 years ago.
So wait, this is a new dream.
Okay, but it's still Apollo related.
Okay.
So these are just different types of dreams. The first one is first person.
Okay.
Then he has like second
Right.
person.
Third
yeah.
person.
Third person.
Yeah.
Is there a second person?
I don't think so.
Okay, explain that to me
Can't.
at a different date. Okay. Or someone else out there.
I'll figure
you
it out.
explain it to me.
Stephanie?
Yeah. I wonder. Stephanie's got to feel so good. Like,
Or like, guys, read a book. Quit bugging me.
you all call yourself educators?
Google something.
What is going on? Oh my gosh! I swear we're good at some things, Stephanie, just not learning.
I like how everything I was like, oh, well, actually, on this movie, I learned about this. And on this show, I learned about this. Everything you were talking about, these super smart astronauts.
I know. We only learn them in shows.
That's
Oh,
right.
Well, it's okay. Kind of. I say it's okay. Like, ugh. The shadow creature dream is the first recurring nightmare I began experiencing about 12 years ago. The dream starts with me laying on my back in my bulky white Apollo spacesuit. I'm Dustin, squirming and desperately trying to get up, but I can't. Something is pinning me down to the floor. I'm instantly horrified, but I don't yet know why. All I know is that no matter how hard I squirm, I can't get off my back. I can't tell exactly where I am, but it appears as if I am in some sort of tunnel, hallway, or cave.
Oh, that's so scary.
It is so scary. Perhaps I'm in some sort of spacecraft or a lunar crevice. I don't know what that means.
What? The crevice on the moon.
I know, but I mean, that's just creepy.
I mean, I know what it means.
I mean, I know what it means. I just don't, I can't picture, I know what it means. I just can't picture it like being, I guess, like when I think of the moon, it's just like a long ship. But this sounds like it's in a tunnel.
Yeah.
So I guess I never thought of the moon having like actual caves or tunnels. Did you?
I don't know. I think crevices I can picture more than caves.
Yeah, I guess.
But also,
Listen, don't you come at me, Aaron Taylor. Your vegetables were good. They weren't that good. All right, let's bring it back down.
I have never thought about tunnels or caves on the moon.
Okay, thank you. That's
what
all I needed you
I
to say.
said I could picture crevices on the moon.
Okay, me too. But the way it's describing this, it sounds more like a tunnel.
Okay.
Brother. Doug, do you see what I have to put up with here? Listen, okay. I don't know, and I never get to see any detail about where I am. Everything is gray or black except for my white spacesuit, and I have no idea why I'm on my back. There is a gray wall to my immediate left, and the shadow of a strange being appears,
Ugh.
slowly coming toward me from down past my feet.
Oh my gosh. This sounds like the scariest scary movie.
And remember, he can't get up. He
Right.
just kind of sees it. At first, the shadow starts on the ground, but it gradually rises up the wall as it moves closer to me. Instantly, my heart begins to race as I notice how black the shadow is. The shadow is so dark, it almost seems to absorb the light. I can see that the shadow is of an unknown creature, not a person, especially since the shadow does not resemble an astronaut or a person wearing a spacesuit. The shadow is humanoidish, but definitely not human, and I don't see the actual creature, just the terrifying shadow of it.
Oh, that is so scary. That's like in the scary movie when you finally see the creature, it's
Yeah.
not as scary.
As what you imagine it being.
But that buildup is so scary.
The shadow is now completely on the wall, approaching me, and I'm incredibly terrified. I'm helplessly flailing my arms and legs trying to get up, but my efforts are futile.
Ugh.
To make matters worse, my space boots don't seem to have any traction on the slick surface that I'm on. As jet black shadow draws near, I can somehow feel the creature's intense presence, and I somehow sense that it's a male being. I would describe it as a paranormal type of feeling, and in that moment, and also somehow knew that he was the one pinning me down with the force he was in control of.
Like telepathically?
I guess.
Oh, that's very scary.
The feeling this creature generated was dark, overwhelming, totally dominant, and I knew I was doomed. I was to be his astronaut prey, and that there was nothing I could do about it. He was in absolute control.
Oh.
As mysterious as the dream starts, it ends. I snap out of the dream just before I get to see the horrifying creature. The last thing I witness in the dream is the shadow completely over me, almost totally consuming me, Dustin, with its darkness. As I wake up from the dream, my heart is always pounding, and sometimes I'm out of breath. I don't remember any sound in the dream, although I do remember Dustin's terrified face, and he was definitely screaming. Oh,
Okay,
that's
so
horrible.
this dream is always in third person?
Yes, the shadow figure dream, he's always watching Dustin because he can see it happening
Ugh,
to him.
that's horrible. What if he's the shadow?
Ooh, that's an interesting twist. Wonder if you ever thought about that, Doug. What if you're the creature?
Yeah.
If you're watching. But I don't know. Now I'm a little bit confused because in the beginning it was like he was talking about how he was pinned down. Maybe he feels like Dustin, like screaming.
He just feels that
And he
terror.
can picture because he knows what it looks like from another vantage point.
Right.
He can imagine what it's like. Interesting.
Yeah, I don't know.
If this dream stems from something that really occurred, then I can only imagine the poor astronaut's final moments
Oh.
when the creature got him. I can't put into words how terrifying this dream is, and I know it pales in comparison to what Dustin actually experienced, if real. Sometimes I wonder if the shadow was the creature. Maybe it was wearing some kind of predator-like camouflage, or maybe it's a paranormal being. I have no idea at this point. All right, you ready for the next one called The Hatch?
Oh, yeah.
So all of these are dreams, I believe, and so this one's now called The Hatch.
Okay.
One of the other nightmares that I've had takes place at a hatch, presumably inside of a spacecraft. The dream begins with me looking through the visor glass of my space helmet at a hatch that I'm frantically trying to open. Instantly, I know that I'm trying to escape the very same creature that haunts my other dreams, even though I never see him or his shadow in his dream. However, I somehow know that he is coming up behind me.
Ugh.
It's that same ominous paranormal feeling again. He's coming to get me, and I must open this heavy hatch to escape.
Ugh.
With all my might, I'm desperately trying to open this gray hatch, but it won't budge. It's as if it's been welded shut.
Ugh.
I try to figure out what's jamming the hatch controls, but my puffy white space gloves are too cumbersome to manipulate the mechanism. Or maybe I'm in too much of a panic to figure out what the malfunction is.
Oh,
It's awful.
that is so scary.
I don't recall if there was a window on the hatch, but I do remember that the mechanical components of the hatch were exposed and looked quite intricate. My heavy breathing is fogging up my visor glass, making it hard to see, and it's impossible for me to keep my feet on the ground in the low-gravity environment as I struggle with the hatch. In this dream, I'm screaming for help, but the volume of my screams seem to be muffled or muted, perhaps by my space helmet. Suddenly, I wake up before finding out if I ever opened the hatch or if the creature got me. This dream is probably the shortest of all. This is wild. It's like a series
Right.
of memories, but from different points of view.
And like from one night, it sounds like.
Oh,
Or
it's
at least
wild.
one event.
Yeah, that's a great question. Like, do these happen? Are these reoccurring? He said revisiting.
Yeah, no, it sounds like they're reoccurring dreams. But like
Oh,
all of Dustin's
yes,
life,
all of the memories are happening,
like
or all of the
different
dreams
stages of this
of
day
this
of Dustin.
Oh, it's wild. This dream is probably the shortest out of all of the ones that I've experienced, but it offers the biggest clue as to where my whereabouts are, inside a spacecraft. I also wouldn't say that it's as terrifying as the others, but it's still quite scary and very intense. Ooh, this next one's called Examination Table.
Oh, no, thank you. Actually, that sounds horrible.
Well,
Dustin's been caught, and okay.
yeah, here we go. I consider this one to be a memory recall instead of a dream. I was in my bed trying to sleep, but I was awake. Ooh, that's weird. But I had to read it twice to make sure I was right. But I was awake when this memory struck me.
Oh,
So not a dream,
okay.
but like remembering this. Also, it only lasted about 3 seconds, unlike the dreams, which seemed to last approximately 2 minutes. Further, this entire memory recall was from a first-person perspective, and I was watching my fellow astronaut being sucked down in some kind of table.
Oh.
The astronaut was also wearing a white Apollo spacesuit, but his face was different, so I could tell that the astronaut wasn't Dustin, but rather one of his fellow crew members.
Did he say sucked down?
Let me see. Yes.
That sounds
Sucked
so
down.
dirty.
Oh, sucked down. Stop making me say sucked down. Aaron Taylor. No.
Sounds like something from my book.
I thought you were innocently asking me. I just fell right into that trap. Blindly, I jumped right in. And
Why
now
would you ever think I was innocently
I
asking
don't
something?
know because I'm so into this story. And now I really feel like I have to say it again. Okay, I'm going to. I was watching my fellow astronaut being sucked down to some kind of table.
That's not
So
good.
he's being
Okay.
pulled down
Uh-huh.
to some kind of table. I'm so
Okay.
sorry, Doug. I'm so sorry. Goodness. Here we go. She is definitely the dirty one
Okay, well, I can't argue
tonight.
tonight.
Okay. In the memory, the astronaut was desperately trying to get up off the strange table that he was being sucked down into somehow. Here we go. Okay.
Maybe like stuck on it almost. Like he's like
guess.
suction cupped.
Now I don't want to think about how he's getting sucked down. Okay. That's
all I can think about.
It's just a lot. It's a lot going on. Was he face down? Was he face up? What's happening? Well, I don't know.
Kind of hope he's face down.
I don't know which way I'd like
Okay.
him to be. Okay. All right. He was in a total state of panic.
Well, no,
I'll tell you
then
what.
it's not
we
good.
don't want that.
I don't ever.
That's
I'm not
never
okay
how
with
you want
that.
to be when you're being sucked down.
I never want to be in panic when I'm being sucked down.
Never, never, never. That's horrible. Okay. He was in a total state of panic. That's not funny, Doug. Here
No,
we
it's
go.
not funny.
Stop
Stop.
laughing. Stop laughing, Doug.
Stop.
I'm telling Doug
Oh,
to stop
Doug,
laughing.
get
It's
it
his
together.
story. It should be terrifying him. Okay. He was in a total state of panic and he was unable to free himself from the powerful, mysterious force generated by or near the table. The room was a foggy gray color, and the only details I can recall are the astronaut and the table that he was on. The table was about 3 to 4 inches thick, and appeared to have dime-sized holes in it. Perhaps the powerful suction was coming from the holes in the table.
Okay. All right. So suctioning down.
Right. Okay. Here, we got it now. It also appeared, and trying so hard not to make so many jokes, it also appeared to be attached to the wall behind him since there was no supporting structure underneath the strange table. Probably the creepiest part of this memory recall was the drill noise I could hear in the background.
Oh.
I couldn't see what was producing the noise, but it sounded like a pneumatic drill that you hear at the dentist office.
That's scary just when I'm at the dentist office and I know what they're doing.
The worst.
Okay, listen, don't laugh. Was Dustin/Doug also being sucked down?
No, he's just watching this happen.
Okay, so he's not on a table.
No, and that's why he said it was like a memory of him seeing his partner.
I didn't know if he was like seeing it from another table while being sucked down.
No, I don't know. Quit saying sucked down. Okay.
What?
Yeah. You are
consistency.
not. You're not just. You are just. I know exactly what you're just doing. Okay.
What?
The sound of the drill was present during the entire memory, and I believe that the drill was about to be used on the spacemen being sucked down to the table.
Doug, you're doing it to yourself.
No, this poor guy.
I'm so sorry,
He
Doug.
had no idea what he was about to walk into.
So sorry, Doug. You were so mean to Dan.
I did tell him several times, you should probably listen first. Oh, goodness. Okay. It was obvious that the horrifying drill sound was adding to the astronaut's terror. It was definitely adding to mine as well. Other dreams. I've experienced other Apollo astronaut nightmares in addition to the aforementioned ones, but they are more vague and mysterious than the aforementioned dreams and memories. In one such dream, I get a glimpse of the alien's body, or at least one of them. He was quite large and muscular, much larger than the typical description of an alien.
Ugh.
I only saw his thighs, torso, and arms, but judging by his body, I would estimate that he was at least 7 feet tall.
Oh.
The creature had a powerful physique. I mean, so far it's not sounding too bad.
No.
But not like a bodybuilder.
I know. While you were talking, I'm like, I think I'm a thigh person. Like, I think I'm really into thighs. But I'm also like, be scared. But I'm like, I kind of like to see
Tell me
him.
more about that torso and those thighs. And what's in between. Okay. Okay, Doug. Get your mind out of the gutter.
Oh, my gosh.
More like a professional basketball player. I mean, for real. Tell me when I'm supposed to start getting scared.
Something like Emma Sears,
Tall,
soccer player.
strong, and
Racing. She
muscular.
has the prettiest thighs I've ever seen in my life. Is that weird to say? They're gorgeous.
Not at all. I
Okay.
can picture him in my mind right now.
Me too.
Tall, strong, and muscular, but lean. Typically, aliens are described as being short and slender, but this creature seemed beastly. I mean, I'm here for it.
Yeah, sounds right up my
This
alley.
is okay with me. dark shadow me any day.
Oh, wow.
Okay. Its body was dark gray. Okay, here's where we might start getting weird.
Okay.
Its body was dark gray, but it had strange black spots all over his body. The spots were raised like boils. Okay. Okay.
yeah, no.
Yep, I call it, no matter how lean and muscular your tights are, when you got boils all over you.
Oh, unless you're listening right now and you're covered in boils.
Oh, well, then I'll be your friend.
We'd probably still have sex with you. It's
I'm
fine.
No.
I just don't want anybody to feel bad about their boils.
Okay, but I'm not going that far. I can be
just
their
don't want them-
friend. I'm just going to have sex with anybody.
Megan, it's
boils
not,
or not.
they're not going to hold me to it. I'm
Oh my
just saying I don't want them to
gosh.
feel bad.
What if they do?
No.
Oh, and you know what? I would say rightfully so.
No.
She threw it out there.
No.
You should
Megan
get yours.
Taylor. Stop. We're cutting all that. We're going to get in trouble. I can always change my mind.
Yes, that's absolutely true. But I'm just saying, don't throw it out there, Aaron Taylor.
I'm just saying you can still be sexy and covered in boils if that is your person listening right now and you're
Oh my
covered in
gosh,
boils.
here we go. And we're about the size of a quarter or $50. That's the size of the boils.
That's a big boil.
I have no idea what they were or what kind of creature this was. A scary one is what I'll say.
Yeah. Scary. Big thighs,
Big thighs, though.
big boils.
Yeah. Big thighs, big boils.
Oh my gosh.
Cross your fingers, whatever. Here we go.
Okay.
We're on to the last 3 paragraphs. My thoughts. Clearly, these dreams are not about me. They are about an Apollo astronaut. and I have no idea why my mind would make up such a fictitious character. Nobody in my family was or has been involved in the space program, nor was I, and I was born about 10 years after the Apollo program ended. The same astronaut, Dustin, appears in all of these nightmares, and the theme is impending doom, and it is consistent throughout all of the dreams.
And so weird that he knows his name is Dustin.
Yeah, it just like came to him that his
Right.
name must be Dustin. When I'm experiencing the dream in third person, I can see that the astronaut's face is not mine and that his face is the same in all of the dreams. I did an extensive Google image search of Apollo Skylab astronauts late 60s and early 70s time frame, and I found a few that are close but are not a 100% match. Is it possible that I may have seen a picture or video of one of these astronauts and then subconsciously incorporated them into my dreams? If so, Doug, then you need to be like a
in the
movie
movies.
creator. Yeah, a director for sure.
Right. I would watch this movie.
Oh,
100 times
absolutely.
over.
It's one of the better astronaut movies. Yeah.
Oh, it's terrifying.
Cinematic.
Also, I've seen a lot of astronaut movies.
Yeah.
I feel like I've never seen except for the movie Aliens. I was going to say I've never seen an astronaut movie with aliens.
Oh my gosh, there's a million
Well, there's all these
astronaut
like
movies with aliens.
Like I can think of The Martian, but that's like about potatoes in space, and there's a bunch of
It's about
Interstellar.
more than just potatoes.
There's Interstellar, and that movie had no aliens in it. There are a lot of astronaut movies, and you never see an alien.
Yeah, but
We
there's
should
a
have
lot
more.
that they do.
I know, just kind of forgot about them.
Okay.
What's that one with Sandra
Alien.
Bullock? No alien there.
Oh, Gravity.
Gravity. Ooh, that movie.
Yeah, I never watched that because I was like, that's not my type of jam. Like I don't. That's like real life scary.
Yeah, it's real scary.
Yeah, I don't need that. I need that alien. Not that aliens aren't. I do believe in aliens, but I need it to be in someone's imagination.
Yeah, you don't need that emotion that you can relate with so close.
Oh no, thank you. That's why
Yeah.
I'll never be an astronaut. Right there.
That's it. That's the one thing holding us back.
I mean, they asked me, and I said I can't. I'm terrified of gravity. The lack of there.
The lack of gravity. Now, the lack of gravity feels like the funnest part, where you're like, woo,
Until
bouncing
it's
around
not.
in the.
It's all fun until it's not fun.
Yeah, that's true. That's true. Okay.
I think that's like life, isn't it?
Yeah.
Okay. The pneumatic sound of the drill is also strange to me. I knew the drill, though out of sight in the dream. I assume it was a drill or instrument because of the sound. Was about to be used on the astronaut sucked down to the table.
Oh,
Further, somehow, I get the sense that the drill or device was used to kill him.
oh gosh.
Ugh.
Way to not react at all when you read "Suck to the Table" again.
Thank you.
So
I really
bad.
tried hard. Trust me, I
You
was
read
thinking
it so
thoughts.
well. You didn't even. I watched your face. You didn't even like.
And I
smirk.
really wanted to say good job to you for not, but then you did. You had to
I
bring
didn't
something up.
during it.
But you did have to bring it up afterwards.
Okay.
So I take back my good job. I'm trying so hard to get through this, Aaron Taylor. Okay. Not that it's hard, Doug. It's not that it's
No,
hard to get through.
The story is incredible.
It's so good. I'm just having to read a whole lot, Doug. And if you know me, which you don't, I don't like to read a lot.
He's like, you asked for this.
A, you asked for a really long story. And B, you have a podcast where you read.
C,
Really, why did we do this to ourselves?
describing something really scary, and you keep talking about being sucked
You
down.
sucked down. That's my
But you
sister.
said
That's
sucked
not me,
down.
Doug. And I'm the one that asked you for the story. My sister is the one that's being dirty.
Sorry, I'll claim it. I'm sorry, Doug.
It is.
I'm
her.
not that
It's her
sorry
fault.
because I'm gonna keep saying
Picturing
it.
his thighs. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm
Okay.
gonna keep picturing being sucked down.
She'll be in Walmart next thing you know,
Okay.
listening to her earbuds. Okay. For 12 years, I've been having these nightmares occurring randomly.
Wow.
And they don't coincide with anything in my life. The creature that appears in the dream is the most mysterious and disturbing thing about them.
Yeah.
I don't know if he is supposed to be an alien, but I get the sense that there is something evil about him, possibly demonic. I've been wondering if the creature is actually just a manifestation or representation of something else, possibly death or doom. Maybe the mysterious being simply depicts that death has a grip of the astronauts and isn't letting go.
Ugh.
Those dreams, I feel, have been small pieces to a large puzzle that my brain has created for me to figure out. Without all the pieces, I can't understand what any of this means. And then he just includes this like super creepy picture of 3 astronauts.
What? I'm gonna look at it right now.
It's like did he
Yeah, just one
sort of
them-
what astronaut Dustin looks like in my dreams, but not 100% match the left astronaut, which I don't know why seeing a picture of him, almost because he's kind of what I imagined him looking like.
Oh, he looks so happy.
He does look so happy. They all look so happy. And okay, so here are my questions. Clearly that was what are you saying? Because he's sucked down. Why are you laughing?
No, because look, it's like, oh, that guy looks so happy, and then that guy looks so happy, and this guy kind of looks like, I don't know about this guy's. Are you sure you want to go?
I mean, that would be me. I would be like,
Yeah.
are we
He's
sure?
like, I mean, it's a cool opportunity, but like, I don't know. Do you really think that we should do it?
Hold on, I gotta look at it again. I gotta get it bigger. Oh yeah. I could say like, oh.
It's like you can hear the picture.
His eyes are just a little too wide.
Yeah, the first two guys so happy. They're like,
I
don't
just
know.
a little scared.
I just don't really want to
I
leave
heard
Earth.
there's shadow figures.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh, what a wild story.
Yeah, that is wild. That is amazingly
I mean,
intricate. I just can't imagine. Like,
Yeah.
I have vivid dreams,
right.
but I don't think I have dreams that vivid.
Or that it's like a saga. Like it's
Right. Like that
happening.
continuing.
yeah, I've had like the same reoccurring dream, but
Yeah.
I've never had like different perspectives of the same thing happening.
Yeah.
That's wild.
And maybe I've dreamt that I was someone else. I don't know. That's all so interesting.
So, okay, I know I'm sitting, my
Like, I'm
brain is
trying to
like trying to
picture-
figure it out.
I'm trying to picture seeing just like astronaut hands and not my face.
Right, like it's your hands.
Yeah, that's really weird to me.
Yeah, that would be very bizarre. But it's down to like he can remember what the sound of it, the swishing
Yeah,
around,
and the oxygen
and what
whooshing.
it felt like. It felt like a sleeping bag.
Yeah, that
It
sounds.
was comfortable, but it was still big. So he remembers exactly what it felt like to wear that suit.
Yeah,
But then he also sees Doug's face in other scenarios and other
Right.
dreams. That I don't even know what to make of that. Like that's almost like the Matrix or something. Like
Right.
he has lived that life, but not just like things happen to me and I don't necessarily see them from the other person's perspective as they're happening to me.
right. Oh, I don't know. It's so weird.
Yeah, I don't know what to make of that. That's
It's just so
really
incredibly vivid that it feels like it must be a memory.
yeah.
And I'm down with that.
Oh, I know what I was going to say. That picture is clearly of a real astronaut.
Right.
So, like, did he die up in space? Or how many astronauts from Apollo,
Yeah.
males, died
I wonder,
while in space?
or like, did they even
Report it.
report it? Yeah. Like, what if
Ooh.
they're like, we're going to set up a couple of different crews
Yeah.
because we got something going on up here. And then they're like,
Uh-huh.
oh, they didn't come back.
Yeah, that was
Just
a top
pretend like we
secret
didn't
one.
say anything.
Yeah. And then he's like getting insider information.
Right.
This is part of the movie. Like his part, like when you write this into a movie, Doug, because
Yeah.
you totally need to, you dreaming this needs to be a part of it. And then you
Yeah.
somehow putting all of the pieces together
Right.
and solving this great big mystery of like them, how they try to cover it up
Yeah.
and top secret. Ooh, it's going to be so good.
It's going to be so good. You need to have some kind of mild drama happening in your awake life,
Yeah.
but keep the viewers like,
Mhm.
yes, he's dreaming again. It's about to get
Yes.
so exciting.
But I'm still kind of interested in what's happening in Doug's real
yeah,
life,
yeah,
too.
you got to know that. Like, you've got to have something when you're awake.
I mean, I don't know. It could be like you could work something in about like a podcast that you're going to be
oh, yeah.
just featured in. You like drop in the name My Skeptical Sister so that, we get really big. I mean, we're giving you the idea
we would
to make it
probably-
into a movie, Doug. The least you could do.
He would have us be played by like these obnoxious
Oh my gosh, I can't
women who
imagine.
are like so foul.
I'm picturing what we would look like, and it is not flattering.
It would be such a parody of like, and then I said my incredible story to these
yes.
awful women. Oh my gosh, no, I'm sorry,
We
Doug.
would be horrible. Okay, never mind.
Please-
Don't use our name.
Please make us cute in the. Oh, you know what? Just hire us. That'd be cute.
Sure, and we will try to tame it down.
Unless you liked it.
No promises. Yeah, if you thought it was great and hilarious, that could be a funny part of the movie.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
You might need like a little comedy break, like a little
For
breather, a
sure.
little palate cleanser before we get really, really spooked out.
Yeah. Yeah. I want to know what was the name of that guy?
Oh, I thought
You
you were going to say,
found
of
a
this
picture.
movie. I'm like, oh, I'm thinking lots of things. But anyway, go ahead. What did you say?
Suck down.
But nice. You were so ornery. You were so ornery. Oh,
Okay,
my gosh.
okay.
I'm so sorry,
No.
Doug.
Doug found that picture of those astronauts. What is that guy's name?
Yeah. In this.
Yeah.
Well, he even says it's not 100% him. It just looks something like him.
I'd
But
still
yeah,
like to know his name.
his name was Justin.
Oh,
So close, but not Dustin.
right.
Oh, man. So good.
That is so good. And such a long story that it was all you tonight.
Oh, my gosh, for real.
Yeah.
That feels good. I don't know why, because I don't want to sit here and listen to you. No, it just feels good because it's like that means we have more stories for later.
That's right.
Doug, way to deliver. And I don't really have to debunk anything, re-debunk. I don't have to debunk anything there because
You believe in reincarnation and aliens.
well, I don't know what I believe in when it comes to reincarnation, but I definitely believe in aliens.
Yeah, for sure.
I definitely believe in dreams.
Yeah.
And I always wonder, like, what, I think I know what I feel about dreams, that it's just your subconscious doing a whole lot of crazy stuff, but why?
Yeah.
Like, what is the purpose or why do we even dream?
Yeah. I've learned recently, I have a dream that I'll have like maybe once or twice a year
Mm-hmm.
where I get a new house. Like we buy a new home.
Mm-hmm.
And the day we move in, we find like a whole different part of the house that we didn't know about. And it's always full of a lot of like a lot of crap. It's full of stuff.
Huh.
And it's almost a little bit scary when I'm
Yeah.
like going through it. And I've had this dream for a few years and it happens every once in a while. I don't really think much of it. I'm just like, oh, that's that weird house dream again. And then Connie, who's one of our Patreons,
Yeah.
but also I work with her.
Uh-huh.
She was like, oh, Erin, I had this dream and I have it all the time. Like I have it at least once a year
Uh-huh.
where I find this house in
Oh
my
my
this room in
gosh.
my house that I didn't know about. And I'm like, I've totally had that dream. And then the lady across from me, our new person, she's like,
What?
oh, I have a dream just like that. So I want to know how many people have dreams
That's
about
really weird.
finding rooms in your house. And I looked it up and it says something like, when you are embarking on a new unknown adventure, you might be
Oh.
dreaming this. But mine almost feels as though it's like a stress
Yeah.
dream. It's like, it's never like, oh my gosh, look at all these cool things. It's like, oh my gosh, I
Just
didn't even know
another
this
thing
was
you have
here.
to
like
deal
it's,
with.
It's a lot of work. And for some reason it feels scary.
So you interpret new doors opening for you as more work. Like not
maybe.
necessarily, oh, this is going to be a great new adventure or this is going to be a great new purpose that I'm going to have. It's more like, oh God, this is going to be more work.
Yeah, maybe. But
Interesting.
also kind of scary. Like I don't
well,
like it.
new things are always scary.
Yeah. I
mean,
don't know.
Yeah, especially if you consider them to be more work.
Yeah. I would just like to know how many people have that dream.
Yeah, that's interesting. But, those dreams that are common, like falling or your teeth falling out,
Yeah.
things like that. And then they say, oh, that's because of anxiety or that's because of that. How do they know that?
Yeah. That's
Like
true.
how I know that they can do sleep studies.
Yeah, I don't know. There are dream therapists. I once told mom
Oh, that's
I wanted to be a dream therapist.
Did she laugh at you?
She said that is the dumbest thing I've ever heard.
That's the Diana Clem I know. Oh, that's
She
hilarious.
was like, Erin, that's so stupid. I was like, Mom, it is not. And she was like, nobody's going to pay you to do that. I was like, Will, it's a real profession.
swear. This is not slamming Amy or Ashley, but I feel like that would be the exact same thing if we told Mom about Reiki.
Yeah, I
She
know.
would have a lot of just like, what? I'm like, no, for real, Mom. That would really,
Yeah.
and that is no slam to you all. But that just is not.
She was
that just
no
would not be what
nonsense.
she would be open to. Yeah, not not that it's nonsense.
I know,
So
I know.
sorry.
But just like, no,
Oh, not open to certain things.
not open to a lot of those kind of things.
Yeah, but
I don't know why
aliens,
I am so
I'm like-
much.
I mean, I'm not. Well, it makes sense that I'm not the most open to a lot of things.
Yeah.
Considering, I mean, I'm open to it. I'm totally fine if anybody else does. That's the difference. Mom would be like, "Are you like?" It would make her mad.
Yeah.
that anybody would believe that. Whereas I'm like, that doesn't make me mad at all.
I also really wanted to name my child Lavender after watching
Oh, I
Matilda,
bet
and she was like,
slammed
"I
you
will
for that."
not call a grandchild Lavender. Are you kidding me?" I was like, "Mom, watch Matilda. She's like the cutest little girl in the whole world." She's like, "I don't care. That's not her
Don't
real
care."
name. Her real name is probably not Lavender because her parents had some sense." I'm like, "Mom." She really was a dream crusher.
Oh, she really is in the best kind of way.
I mean, I miss her. That woman.
Yeah.
She kept me in reality.
Oh, she
Who
really
knows what's going to happen now?
She really kept you rooted.
Yeah.
Into
Good Lord.
reality, that is for sure. Oh, man, that's hilarious.
I still think Lavender Sexton would have been adorable.
I
fine.
don't know. That's a lot.
I don't think I have a child who's compatible with Lavender,
No.
but maybe they're
When
maybe if I had
any
a
of your
fourth.
children are soft and delicate. Like I
No,
think
none of mine are. No, absolutely
Neither are
not.
mine. I'm not
And
saying.
none of them smell amazing.
Do say that
I
again.
said none of them smell amazing.
That witch's hazel and instead.
No. Okay, let me tell you the crazy thing real quick.
Oh yeah.
We both have to be collectively mad at our wonderful patron, Candace.
I cannot stand her. How's that?
It was so
Solidarity.
good. It was
I'm kidding.
so
Candace, I really do
good.
love you. I don't know why I'm mad at you right now.
Candace is one of our OGs.
Okay.
From the
Yeah, I
very
know
beginning.
Candace.
Yeah, I know. I'm telling everybody else.
Okay.
From the very beginning, she's been listening. She's very quiet. She doesn't ever comment on Facebook.
Uh-huh.
She's still a Patreon.
Okay.
She also has become my actual friend because we help each other out on Solitaire Cash, which is both of our addiction.
Yes. Oh, Candace. I don't know that I can condone that. but
I'm
okay.
telling you, no, don't. You should shame us both. It's horrible. But we talk to each other probably every day because I'm like, girl, you got this? She's like, no. Do you have this? I'm like, yes. Or vice versa, whatever. But guess who she's going to go meet?
Who?
Jason Momoa.
She's going to go meet him.
She is going to go to
What?
his tequila tour.
What?
I already looked. I
How
don't
does she
see him
get to
coming to
do
Louisville.
this?
It's only $22, and she gets a bottle of tequila signed by him. I'm like, that's the price of the tequila.
Did you say it's only $22?
Yes,
Where?
in Montana or wherever she lives. I don't remember. I know. I looked.
I mean,
He's not
how
coming
is that
to
even
Louisville.
possible?
I don't know. He's going on a tequila signing tour. She was like, Aaron, I think I'm about to buy this ticket, and I was like, you better. You better.
Absolutely. For $22,
Right.
she gets to meet him,
Yeah.
drink tequila with him.
Well, I think she gets to he's going to sign it and then she gets to leave and drink the tequila.
Well, hell yeah.
Oh my gosh.
Oh my gosh.
Isn't that amazing?
Yeah, you're right. I'm totally pissed at Candace.
I know. I'm so
No,
jealous.
I'm kidding. I would just want to go with Candace.
I want to go so bad.
I mean, if we were to go see Jason Momoa, like on the red carpet, I feel like we'd have to pay the same amount as we would for a plane ticket to Montana.
that's true.
Right?
That's true.
So we could justify this to go spend
Yeah,
some
I
time.
bet Candace would let us stay with her.
I bet she totally would be down for it. She would be so pumped. I mean, she would love it. And I don't think she has any baked goods like our friend Alyssa, but we could invite Alyssa.
Yeah. I mean,
I'm
all are
sure
welcome.
Candace would be fine with Alyssa coming.
I'm inviting you all to Candace's house.
Come on. We're all going to go drink tequila with Jason Momoa.
Oh my
It's going to be the
gosh.
biggest after party ever. We could do a live show. We could throw a show in together.
Oh,
real quick.
sure.
Sure,
We could invite Jason.
Yeah.
Um,
He'll love it.
I was reminded by this story because of the thick thighs comment. And I was like,
'cause of
ooh, I
his-
bet Jason
yeah.
Momoa's got some thick thighs.
You know he does. Well, let's hope that boils.
Please
I mean,
be
I know
boil-free.
you're into this.
I'm not into it. I'm just
Apparently,
saying
Aaron's
I'm not
really
going
into
to
the boil
reject
part,
you.
but whatever.
I just want you all to feel loved.
All right, so this week's fan favorite is the one that only the lovely Keith, who I know has already been a fan favorite.
It's okay. I love Keith.
Yes, we love Keith, and I just need to give another shout out. We don't talk about Keith enough.
We really don't.
We don't, and I don't know why, Keith. I'm so sorry for that. So we
Keith
decided tonight we
Came
needed
to
to
a
say
live
it again.
show. He came to a live
I
show.
know, it's amazing. And I've noticed here recently he left a review and he actually signed it, Keith. So that made me think, because I think I said, if you're out there leaving us reviews, I don't know who you are, but I'd like you to be a fan favorite. So when I saw that he put Keith on there, I thought, oh, he's giving me a sign.
Yeah, love
He
it.
wants me to ask him to be a fan favorite. Of course, when I did, he said, I've already been one. And I was like, oh, well, damn. So guess what, Keith? You are a fan favorite yet again. So thank you so very much. And we just love you, Keith.
It's not because we don't have enough fans that we have to recycle them. It's
No.
because-
It's just because I drop the ball sometimes and Mallory didn't check her DMs fast enough. Sorry, Mallory, not trying to throw you under the bus, but I will. If I'm taking this ship down, you're coming with me. You know who you are. You know why.
Well,
of course, I
you
just
said her name.
I know. And I also just DM'd you like 5 minutes ago. But I love you, girl. I just wish you could be it
Sorry.
tonight. But
Sorry you don't
it's
live on
okay.
your phone.
So it's not my fault. That's all I know.
Sure. Of course not.
But Keith, we really are very grateful for all the support that you show us. And we just love you, our friend.
Yes, absolutely. We love Keith. He's so sweet.
Yeah. And it's our podcast. There's no rules that say we can't
It's
ask a
almost
fan
like-
favorite to be a fan favorite again.
It's almost like we could skip it.
No, it's almost like we're
'Cause
never
we could-
going to.
We could have that rule.
No, it means that we just put more love out into the universe for people who think they're never going to hear it again. And then Keith's like, oh my gosh, they're talking about me again. I
Yeah.
thought I'd already been picked. It's like when you've been picked at school and then you're like, I'm going to circle back around because that kid has no idea he's about to get picked
Okay.
again.
Yep, that's it.
Yep, that's why.
it. That's why.
Yep.
Well, good thing we love Keith.
That's right. I do, Keith. You hear that
I
tone
do.
she's got in her voice?
I fully
don't
love
know.
Keith.
Mm-hmm.
Whatever. Okay. Well, thank you, Keith, for being our fan favorite. Thank you for our submitter, Doug. Hope I didn't scare you off with all my being sucked down talk.
Yes, I really hope not. Doug, I think I did warn you that we are a paranormal comedy.
Yeah. Sorry.
I can't even.
Okay. If you would like to check out our website, go to myskepticalsister.com where you can find out how to become a Patreon. $3 a month gets you a magnet, a sticker, bonus content weekly, and $5 a month gets you all that plus our movie night, and any layer of Patreon tier gets you 15% off of our merch. So join that if you haven't gotten your merch yet so you can get that discount.
Mm-hmm.
And speaking of merch, we have t-shirts and hoodies. We have 2 designs. They're very cute. We have magnets and stickers and free shipping if you're in the U.S. So that's a
There
pretty
you
good
go.
deal.
Can't beat that.
Yeah, great deal. And let's see. You can write your story in on our website. You can find our P.O. box. You can write your story into myskepticalsister@gmail.com if you'd rather go that route. You can rate, review, subscribe. You can tell your friends, get them to write in. You can be like Alyssa and tell your cousins, or actually Alyssa's cousin who told whatever.
Yeah, just be like
and-
Alyssa.
Just be like Alyssa. You can...
Do all
Go-
those things.
Yes, you can go to Buy Me a Coffee if you don't want to do the monthly subscription.
Mm-hmm.
And I don't know, just tell people about us.
And also, that money doesn't go to coffee.
Yeah, it doesn't. It goes to Rue.
It's very, it's just, I'm like, why would I buy you a coffee? I want to buy myself a coffee. I'm not going to buy you a coffee.
Right. I think it's the instead of buying myself a coffee, I'll give this to you today.
Sure. I mean,
think
I get
that's
it. It's
the
cute.
concept.
It's a cute concept.
Yeah.
But
and
just
that's
if
not
you're
a-
old like me and you hear that, you're like, what the hell? What? Like, no, I'd like to go have a cup of coffee with you and I'll buy it as long as I'm with you. But why am I just buying you a random cup of coffee?
Yeah, sure.
It really just goes to pay Rue.
That's right. It's Rue's money. So if you got a problem with it, take it up with her.
You have a problem with Rue? Who do you think you
dare you.
are?
Have you
I
ever-
will find you in an alley.
Yeah. I would go
Earrings
to
off and I don't
battle.
even wear them.
I would go to battle for
Oh,
Rue.
absolutely. She's the best, you all.
She is the best. All right. Well, I think I said everything.
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah. All right. Well, we love you guys, and we will talk to you so soon.
I bid you adieu.
You couldn't think of an alien goodbye? Ew.
That's what an alien sounds like.
La 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 la.
You got the phone held up so high that I just saw 2 little fingers poke up from behind the phone.
I'm trying really to see it. Good. Okay. You can put that part in bloopers, Rue. Here we go. I can see the white space gloves. Nope. Try it again. I also can't get rid of this frog in my throat, so I feel like I sound. There we go. I can see the white space gloves on my hands. Going on. Sorry.
Oh, Okay.
It's those roasted vegetables coming back to haunt me.
Sorry.
Okay. I ate so many of them. Okay. Oh, I got her laughing too hard.
Flipped a lid.
The shadow is humanoidish.
Humanoidish. Okay.
Made that sound like a Canadian saying it. Hold on. Let me try that again.
What does that mean?
How they
Ish?
say herb instead of herb. I like put an extra H in there somehow. Okay, let me try to say this again.